Hello, lovely people of the world.
Magandang araw sa inyo lahat.
안녕하세요, 여러분.
Ahlan wa sahlan.
This is Justin and Sarah and baby Sabrina. In today's video, we'll talk about 10 things that new parents argue about.
Yup.
And if there's anything that we missed, then feel free to
Add in the comment section your own personal experiences about the similar fights you've had as new parents. For your information, not all these topics are stuff that Justin and I personally fought about. Some of them are, but we'll probably tell you along the way. I tried to interview my sister and a few friends and ask them what they felt were main points that they had fought about as new parents. Point number 1, mom versus wife. When you become a mom for the first time, you assume this role of a new mom. At the same time, you feel like you need to take into account your husband's feelings, needs, and all that jazz. Thank you, Savvy. Almost like an added responsibility. You would think that your husband is a new dad and he's an adult and he could take care of himself, but the husband feels neglected. Number 2, role expectations. It seems as if the new mom tends to do more for the baby, care more for the baby, than the dad does. It may not be the case for everybody. It seems to be that the expectation in the home is 50-50 when it comes to caring for the baby. However, there are times when the mom would feel like she happens to be caring for the baby 80% of the time, whereas the new dad only 20%. And so then the new mom ends up feeling like she's doing way more work than the dad, even though the dad comes home from work. Because when the dad comes home from work, he tends to sort of rest and just relax, whereas the mom's work is never done, right? She takes care of the baby. It's not over because now she has to worry about the household chores. She has to worry about cooking as well. And yeah, the only time that she doesn't worry about the baby, I guess, is when baby's sleeping. But even so, you guys know, new moms out there, you guys know that it doesn't end. Even though the baby's sleeping, you keep checking the monitor, like at least I do. I'm like, is she still breathing? Because she's like so still and so peaceful. It's like, is she breathing? Is she breathing? Okay. Is she sweating? Is it too hot for her in there? Is it too cold for her in that room? Do you know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't end. Whereas the dad just like, kicks his feet up after a long hard day at work and he's like drinking his coffee, playing his games on his phone or his computer. Anything you'd like to add to that from a guy's perspective?
we just came home from work, so obviously the work is exhausting, and I spent whole day working. Guys need time off too, right?
Oh my god, I know he didn't go there. I know he didn't go there. Oh, this is just getting started, you guys. Oh my goodness. Okay, guys need to rest too. All right, here we go. Now you see why we argue about these things.
I mean, the moms had the whole day to take care of the baby and put baby to sleep.
Okay.
By the time the new father comes home from work, it's time for the baby to sleep. That means there's no more diaper changing, no more feeding at that point until the next morning.
Even though psychologically, the mom, or emotionally, the mom is still worrying about the baby.
Right.
So technically, she is still caring for the baby, even when baby's asleep, right? Cool. All right. So point number 3. The new dad needs to learn to prioritize his family's needs over his own needs. Meaning, they need to prioritize their family's comfort, their family's convenience. Like, when new dads would sort of decide to attend parties, right? Or, like a big party. And the dad wants to get drunk. He wants to party hard on the dance floor. However, the new mom needs to go home because baby's cranky, baby's sleepy, it's her bedtime, or it's his or her bedtime, sorry. The new dad has to understand that his family's needs are priority now, not his own. So he's gonna have to just call it a night, just quit the drinking, figure out a ride home along with his family, sort of put his family's needs over his own, if that makes any sense. Did you feel you needed to transition in that sense, any?
I knew I had to transition, but I know that taking care of baby is more important than anything else.
Even if it means cutting your fun night short?
Yeah, I had to make a lot of compromises
Point number 4. New dad thinks that the new mom is being paranoid when the new mom is insisting it's just newly acquired motherly instincts. For example, I wonder who could relate to this. For example, honestly, our very first experience giving Sabrina a bath was disaster. Not for her, more so for us. We were basically arguing with one another back and forth, like, you're holding her wrong. Oh, you put water in her ear. Oh, this and this and that.
From new dad's perspective, new mom is as clueless as new dad when it comes to taking care of the baby, because obviously new mom doesn't have any prior experience taking care of baby, just like new dad. So when the new mom talks about how new dad is doing everything wrong, how
You're not
holding the baby right or anything like that, then the new dad's response will be, you don't know any better either, so why are you telling me? Or telling...
You know as much as I do.
Right. You only know as much as I do, so why are you ordering me around?
Alright. So as I was saying, he sees it as paranoia. Like, oh, you're just being paranoid. You know as much as I do. Right? But we see it as, or I see it as, a motherly instinct. It's just the moment the baby comes out into this world, the mom goes into mama bear mode or protective mode. And so I don't know if you guys remember in our previous video of a postpartum update, I said that I panicked. I literally panicked when he said that somebody took Sabrina away from our hospital room. And then he just said it like that. Oh, someone took her away. I went like, where is she? I don't know. Somebody just came and took her. I'm like, okay, you need to rephrase that one more time, because I was like, what do you mean? I was about to lose my cool. But luckily for us, the nurse walked right back into our hospital room with Sabrina, and she's like, okay, so thank you for letting me weigh her. I'm like, you didn't even know whether that was the nurse that took her. You were just allowing anybody to enter a room. Oh, okay, I'm just going to take your baby to get weighed. Okay, sure. Did you even identify that person? Did you see an ID badge on them? And he's like, no. I mean, they're obviously nurses. Why would they come into our room? So yeah, that's one thing. And also the way new dads hold a baby is just, for us, we know how to hold a baby because women tend, okay, I'm not trying to generalize, not everybody, I'm just saying most of the time, women have more of a tendency to carry other people's babies, whereas guys tend to go like, oh, those are other people's babies, I'm hands off, I don't want to hurt the baby, or I don't want to accidentally injure the baby, so I'm not going to touch them. Admit it. When was the last time you carried a baby?
Handy.
Okay, before that?
Nobody.
Exactly. Whereas for me, I carried so many babies in my lifetime. Because, most of our girlfriends hang out with their babies. And I'm like, oh, can I hold them? Can I hold them? Right? So that's why, as a mother, as a new mom, I felt that he was probably holding the baby wrong. But then it's just that I get so panicked and anxious that I tend to have a tone to my voice when I address it, right? Instead of saying, oh, honey, can you please hold her gently? Or don't forget to protect her head or support her head. Instead of going that way, I'm like, honey, oh my God, the way you carried her, oh my God, right? And then, of course, that does it for him. That triggers him. And then he gets all mad. He's like, what are you talking about? What are you looking at me for? And I was like, I'm holding her just fine. Look at her. She's fine. Do you know what I mean? Right, honey?
Right.
Okay. Number 5. The new mom feels that a new dad sometimes calls her out as being too emotional. When she asks questions such as, or when she makes comments such as, what about me? How come no one's taking care of me? Where did my me time go? Like I get to take care of my baby and then I don't have time to myself anymore and I don't know who's looking after me. I look after the baby. You look after yourself as the new dad. You have your own me time, like playing games and resting, watching your favorite shows, your sports games and stuff on TV. Whereas the mom is just constantly, nonstop, around the clock working. There is no time for her to get her nails done anymore, to I don't know, who gets tan, to get the suntan anymore, like no time for massages anymore. So yeah, when the woman or the new mom tends to express her frustration, like, what about me? Who's taking care of me? right? Every once in a while, because we tend to blow up every once in a while when we feel overwhelmed. That's common. But it's not just us. I'm sure guys feel the same way. They bottle things up inside and then they just burst right out. So yeah, when we tend to express ourselves, it gets to us. It really makes our blood boil when the new dad says things like, "Oh, you're just being too emotional. Oh my goodness, just relax, woman," something like that. So I hear that that's one of the topics that new parents tend to fight about.
Well, in my case, I never had to deal with that because I take care of my wife so well.
He sure does. Like I come back from giving her a nap or putting her to bed, giving her bedtime routine, and he's got dinner ready. Either he cooks it fresh or he heats it up for me, like warms it up for me and stuff. And he makes sure that I take my vitamins before I go to bed. So he takes really good care of me. I'm lucky. Number 6. Okay. From personal experience, I work so hard to put our baby girl to sleep. And he just carelessly makes noise. Left, right, and center. I'm talking, I slowly put my water bottle on the night table so as not to wake her up. And then he just callously so he just puts his glasses on the night table, same night table, but then he goes.
That's the way I always took my glasses off and put on the night table.
Right.
Not doing anything differently.
So the thing I'm doing differently is I tiptoe around her. I know you guys, a lot of the veteran moms out there are saying, no, you don't have to do that, but the thing is she is co-sleeping with us, but in her own bassinet. So for me, I feel like the noise level should go down. At least I've seen a bunch of sleep training videos and they say, with sleep training, you're supposed to make sure your baby has her own room. But for us, from our perspective, we wanted to enjoy Sabrina, every bit of her. So for the 6 months of her life so far, we made sure that she's in a bassinet by our bed in our same room. Therefore, we needed to adjust to her and keep the noise level down. Anything you'd like to add?
Well, I'm not talking loudly at night. I'm not cranking up the music loudly. At night, it's generally quieter than during the day. But to the new mom's perspective, that's still too loud.
Just dropping everything. I love you. Okay, I'm gonna take this off.
And then in my defense, I'm not doing anything louder than what I normally do at night.
Okay. But yeah, that tends to be, I think most commonly, the topic of our arguments is that noise level. I'm like, keep it down. And he's like, shut up. I'm like, what? Somebody wants to get strangled tonight. It's like, what number am I at? 1, 2, 3, 4,
7.
5, 6, 7. Thank you. So the new dad tends to think that the new mom does nothing all day long while she's on mat leave when he comes back from work and he happens to see Clutter at home.
Well, there was one time where Sarah did the laundry, baby laundry.
One time.
And did not fold. Kept the clean laundry in the hamper and left it there for days and days and days. And when I said, I'll just organize those clean clothes into the drawers, she said, well, she has a special way of organizing the 0 to 6 months from 6 to 9 months or whatever. So she did not let me fold the clothes. She wants to fold it herself, but she doesn't do it for 6 days in a row.
It was not 6 days.
It was 6 days.
It was not 6 days. Maybe 3 tops.
It was 6 days.
3.
And all the while, the dirty clothes are piling up in the corner of the room because the hamper is being used by the clean clothes. And when I come home from work, obviously the laundry is not done, dishes are not done, and yet...
Not all the time.
And yet the new mom is on the phone chatting with her sister or somebody with her feet up, baby sleeping in the bassinet.
Guys, time out. Okay, so in my defense, new dads tend to come home thinking we did absolutely nothing all day and just sitting on our butts. When the truth is, we take care of our baby. When she's napping, we make sure that everything else is in order. So, okay, like myself, I have not eaten lunch yet, right? I have not had my mother's milk tea yet and all that stuff. So I need to prioritize my needs when baby's asleep. So, and she only, mind you guys, she does not sleep like most babies, like 2 or 3 hour stretches. No, she sleeps for like half an hour. If I'm lucky, once in a blue moon, she would sleep an hour and a half. And I'm like, yay, right? Then I'd have time for breakfast and shower and all that stuff. So yeah, we don't just sit on our butts when they're sleeping. And also when they're awake, we don't just watch them play. No, we have to keep them entertained, you know? We need to help develop their social skill, their language skills, right? Make sure they're happy and enjoying being awake. So then I tend to talk to her, sing to her, play to her, read books to her, you know, just make her watch Dave and Ava. Product placement. Yeah, make her watch Dave and Ava on YouTube because she seems to love that. My sister introduced that to me. She said our niece enjoyed that too. My niece enjoyed that. So yeah. So it's not like we just sit on our butts all day. And also sometimes we do need to take a rest because we're like running around. Oh, baby's asleep. I'm going to go do my thing, right? So then I'm like, okay, baby's awake, but she looks happy with her toys. She's done eating. She's in between naps. So now I can put my feet up and just, oh, look, my sister called. My sister calls. I'm not the one who calls her, okay? She calls me. All right? So when she does call me, of course I have to entertain her. I'm like, oh, I miss you. Oh, yeah, yeah. So when I'm talking to her, sometimes I do the dishes. Sometimes it's too loud. You know, and then she's like, I can't hear you. I'll wait till you're done. So then I just don't do the dishes yet. I'm like, okay, fine. Let's talk. Let's chat. And we chat.
Good point. Good point.
That's a good response too for you. And a good point. Please don't hate me.
We're 8.
New dad tends to sleep soundly through the night. And yet when he wakes up during the daytime, he needs a couple of naps. What about me?
Well, new dad has to sleep through the night so that he can go to work the next day.
No. I'm talking weekdays. I'm talking days off. He would still sleep through the night. When he took first 3 months off, you slept through the night. Soundly.
Right.
At least from my perspective, it looked soundly. But you claim that you do wake up?
Even though new dad does not actually wake up through the night, his sleep cycle is still broken up by the sounds that Sabrina is making.
Right.
So we don't get to sleep as well as we did before baby was born.
Right. So then he tends to need his nap, but then I find that I'm running around the house, taking care of her, taking care of my niece, taking care of our food and stuff like that. And then before you know it, I did not nap. Because by the time he's like, okay, let's go nap now. It's like, sure. So then I try to cuddle beside him and try to take a nap. She wakes up. Right? Yeah, and then guess what? Then he continues on snoozing. And then I have to deal with my beautiful, sweet little baby. Cranky? We better hurry. Really cranky. Okay. Okay, darling. Okay. Okay, number 9. New mom tends to be easily irritable and annoyed because she's feeling exhausted. She's having sleepless nights. She's feeling overwhelmed. I just hope that new dads would understand better that they should be more patient, extra patient. I know that women tend to need patience from men. I'm not generalizing again. I'm just talking from my personal experience. I tend to need more patience from him because I'm all high-strung and stuff. But I need him to take it a step further and be even more patient with me as a new mom.
Well, as a new dad, I have to be extra patient. Because when the new mom is just ranting, then the new dad has to try to keep his cool instead of react to that.
Because he tends to rant back.
Right.
And that's when an argument ensues.
It's like, what are you yelling at me for? I didn't do anything.
Right? And I'm like, I know you didn't just answer back. Let me finish. And he was like, well, that's all you made. What's with the tone in your voice and all that stuff? And I'm like, I don't have a tone to my voice.
Why are you
now
yelling?
I do. Right? Why are you yelling? I was like,
I'm
because
not
you're not
yelling.
hearing me. Or you yelled first, something like that. But yeah, definitely can relate to that. Because we don't notice. Like we come downstairs from putting them down for a nap, but it took so long. Like it took a lot of work for them to settle down and finally fall asleep. So I come downstairs and I'm like, I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, and my arms and back are tired from rocking her to sleep. And here you are just relaxing with your feet up. And so, of course, we tend to resent them, right? And then we just happen to have a tone to our voice. We might not express that resentment properly. But thank goodness Justin has been so patient. I'm not saying it's perfect. There were times that he really did give in, and he's like, "Oh no, you did not just raise your. Why do you have a tone to your voice? Can you shush it? Can you just, You didn't shush me though. You're more so telling me, why are you snapping at me?" That's his comment. That's how I know we're in trouble when he says, "Why are you snapping at me?" I'm like, "Oh crap." So we're both high maintenance right now. This is not good. Right? You hear all that? Number 10. So the new mom sometimes, actually most of the time, becomes so tired by the early evening because she had to start her day early since baby wakes up early, mind you. Does not take a nap all day long and then feels just exhausted by say 6 p.m. So early, right? Or 8 p.m. And then the new dad complains that she does not have time for him anymore, or that she doesn't give in to wanting to get intimate anymore. Oh my god, this is so hard. This is not us. Okay, this is not us, you guys. I'm just saying, this is what I've heard from new moms out there, is that their guys seem to always want to get intimate, and they're always like, you know what, I'm too exhausted, I'm too tired tonight, not tonight, not tonight, not tonight, not tonight. And then that becomes an argument later down the road.
All right, thanks for watching, you guys. Remember to like, subscribe, comment, and share. And follow us on our Instagram and Facebook at Justin Sarah Park. And don't forget to check out our merchandise at redbubble.com. And that's a wrap.
Thank you so much, you guys, for all your love and well wishes and kind words on all our social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, especially on YouTube. Thank you guys so much. We really, really feel the love, and we feel so blessed to have you all. So Sabrina loves you and we love you. Oh, by the way, we're thinking of naming you guys.
Love with standards.
Hashtag love with standards. Let us know what you guys think about that, because I'm kind of on the fence. I feel like maybe I should just call you guys the with standards to make it shorter, because with standards is already long enough. But you guys let us know. What do you think of love with standards? That's what we're leaning more towards. All right. Let us know in the comment section below. We love you. Oh.
Bye.
Bye. Say bye. Say bye.